a ceremony welcoming the new but also honoring the old there in Longview Station 5 Fire Department. Let's go now to that update on those Overton horseshoes and just what the other big topics that were going on at the Overton City Council today. Let's go now to our reporter April Perdant, who is there giving us this update. April, I know a lot of us were wondering how they were going to respond to that text dot request. What you got for us?
Yes, good evening, Hannah. I'm currently here in Overton outside of the City Hall building. Right now, they are still inside discussing a variety of items. But one of the first items on the agenda today was talking about the horseshoes that you mentioned. And they are, so regarding this, they are wanting TxDOT, like you mentioned, is wanting the removal of the horseshoes. And what they came to a conclusion is that they are actually going to do an application to appeal it. They a lot of One of the city members mentioned that those horseshoes have been there since 1989. It is very symbolic for the city of Overton, and they think that it is going just appealing it. They don't think anything is wrong with it, but they want to appeal it since TxDOT is saying that it is for a safety hazard that they want that removed. And so they did mention that with that, they are planning on doing some data and some statistics regarding to verify the safety of the road if there were any accidents within the past couple years that made TxDOT kind of alarmed by, having those horseshoes removed. So that's where we're at with that. And so, like I mentioned, they are going to appeal it, and all of the city council members voted to appeal it, and we'll see how that goes. We should hear back sometime within in the following year in 2026 on how that goes. So that's what I have right now regarding the horseshoes.
And I know that wasn't the only topic on their agenda. I know they had several things they wanted to discuss. Tell me more about the city's cemetery tax, where we're at with that.
Yes. So another one of those big items, like you mentioned, Hannah, is the Overton cemetery tax. And they actually voted, all this council city members voted to remove the tax completely. One of the city council members, excuse me, mentioned that, this is maybe one of the, if any, one of the only cities that does a cemetery tax, and they don't see it being affected by or they don't see a purpose in continuing to do that tax to the people of Overton. I did speak with the mayor, Curtis Gilbert, which he mentioned to me that, sometimes there's people from Kilgore or another city nearby here in Overton where they want to use that cemetery for a loved one. And so they're not getting taxed by the cemetery. So he also says that it doesn't seem fair for all of the people of Overton to be paying for this. Another factor in them abolishing it is because it's very expensive. He mentioned to me that it's close to 50,000 to 55,000 in taking care of the cemetery, and all of that money is going from that tax. So now they're trying to see if they can put that in their city budget for that following year. And so they voted to completely abolish the cemetery tax starting 1st of January in 2026. So that's a really big deal, especially since, they've been doing this for a couple years now, and people paying that cemetery tax.
All right, well, April Perdant, live from Overton, outside of the Overton City Council meeting. We appreciate these updates, and of course, thank you so much for your time for letting us in the know. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Of course. Thank
All
you,
right,
Hannah.
of course.